Hey, people in Tier 2v2, Golgotha Depths, blue team. Python is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. Alongside, Ruthless at heart with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. Red team, couple of stompy Hive Tyrants. First up is Youngboy Never Cry Again, also known as Cry. And we've got this fella's name. I'll just call them 2011, I suppose. I think this name has something to do with Eldar, but I'm sure someone will let us know. These guys walk through objects and cannot be suppressed. Very durable, with strong support and disruption, fighting in melee combat by default with a basic synapse. I shall call them Ricardo and Gonzalez. We have two very natural powers on this map, on the east and west. This is the eastern one here. Only one of them though, and then some contested powers in the south and north. Non-symmetrical map. East side do have access to this raised platform here to maybe overlook the VP late game. We'll see how it goes though. Got some Corn Worship. It's kicking off in the mid. Typically on this map you'll see a bunch of action early on in the north and south as the players try to fight over those contested powers. But nope. Everyone just showed up to the mid for a big old brawl. Ricardo might get stomped here. Yep, Sentinel is getting a ground pound. There it is. Doesn't get knocked back because he's too fat, but he does get stomped and stunned. Some Corn Worship so those CSM can back up quickly. Nope. The worship stopped before they backed off, but looks like they're going to be okay. Spore Mines in play from Cry. And we got a Warrior Brood on the way for 2011. Sentinel took a little bit of damage, so maybe we're going to see some Raveners to help take that guy down. There's that Spore Mine detonation, getting some hits and some damage over time on those guardsmen. Power push maybe early on for the Tyranids. Typically quite difficult to get on this natural power this early, but Tyranids are all about that pressure, especially when you double them up with two Hive Tyrants. Look how much work these Hive Tyrants are doing. Still in play, still putting pressure on. Ricardo's in base here. Base turret's now kicking in. Trying to get a little bit more damage on that Sentinel before he runs away. There we go. And 2011 is going to be on the power. Gonzalez now going to go after the CSN. There's lots of garrisons though that they can take. Looks like they're going for this one here. Chaos Lord comes to say hello with his demon sword thing. And we have Adrenal Glands up for the Hormagaunts of 2011. Both of them with a Warrior Brood. We might see double Barb Stranglers then, since the garrisons could be a pain to deal with. As it stands though, they are power melee units that can leap into combat passively, also act as a detector, so they can spot perhaps these Catechins if they try to get sneaky on the way from Ruthless at heart. Power bashing indeed. Got one gen, got two gens. Here's Noise Marines now from Python. That Sonic Blaster doing some good AoE damage. Also shuts down ranged weaponry, but those Hormagaunts don't have any. Can shake apart enemy structures too. So they might be trying to get to that western natural power. Chaos Lord did well against those Tyranids. He must have used Kill the Weak pretty well. 384 to 487 very early on. Are you going to take back your VP? I was going to go revive the Inquisitor. Not sure what got her. Maybe Hormagaunts in retreat path. They often have something to do with early deaths of heroes against Tyranids. It's double Ravener Brew as well. Single Ravener Brews for each hero. Heavy Weapon Squad for Ruthless at heart, and more CSM for Python. Those Marines are heading straight for the red team's power there. And Heretic's got a decap with an aspiring champion. Blue team getting their VP back. We have Catechins on the field. Chaos Lord leveled up from that revive. Catechins very versatile infantry, can disrupt, support and counter melee. Effective usage of those guys can do a lot for you in tier 1. Looks like the Noise Marines could not get to the power. Ran into some warriors, had to cacophony them, and then they ran away. Here's the Heavy Weapon Squad. They are on the north. So this limited firing arc here. They are a setup team with a heavy bolter by default. They can upgrade it in tier 2. But this thing will suppress infantry and do a lot of damage if you get close to it. The Hive Tyrant cannot be suppressed, but will still take tons of damage if he gets close especially. There's that reliable, knocking back the entire army there. That grenade launcher of the Catechins didn't really follow it up with anything. I guess what could they follow up with, really? Some lasgun shots. Here's the Inquisitor. Hammer of the Witches on Ricardo, maybe? Or maybe on a Warrior Brood model, actually. Improvised Explosive went off, but a little bit too late to catch the Burrow Striking Ravener Brood there. Did it do Friendly Fire, actually? Maybe. 2 says Ruthless. Is there 2? I only see 1 player here. Oh, he's talking about these guys on the power. Which is 2011 on the power. So they might try to power swap here, I think. Python. Yeah, they're getting on the power as well. They got Noise Marines coming in. Heretics can decap the VP. Chaos Lord can decap the power, maybe. And Noise Marines can shake everything apart. Meanwhile, though, Ricardo again getting into the Imperial Guard base. We do have a Barb Strangler now for Cry. Big shot on those Catechins there. And they got the VP. And they're bashing power. And I don't think the Sentinel's going to survive. Goes for the stomp. Did not hit the stomp and goes down. That was so risky from Ruthless. Didn't need to either. They had the heavy weapon squad coming in to just suppress all that stuff. Okay, full power bash and a decap. And they're grabbing the VP and maybe actually capping the power too. These guys are still working on the node. Some Catechins disruption there. Inquisitor gets in. Good special and some suppression, but there's the Burrow Strike. Now switching to melee to mess up the heavy weapon squad. Almost got them there. If they went into melee a little bit earlier, they might have got them. I only needed a few more attacks to get that kill. And the Chaos Lord's got a Combi Flamer. Good damage on the move as he chases stuff around. Also gives you the Immolate. Surely could have come up with a little bit more of an imaginative name for that ability than Immolate. Especially when the Warlock also has an ability called Immolate. Lazy Relic, lazy. Did they overextend a bit there? Cry did lose some models, but I think they did okay. Considering they got a power bash out of it. Although they did lose their own power too. Topsy-turvy tier 1, lots of action. More Raveners from 2011. That's a hell of a heavy tier 1. With upgraded Hormagaunts, upgraded Termagants for one of them. Warriors and now double Raveners. And improved Synapse for that Hive Tyrant. Raveners getting very low there for Cry, but they do get away. I think they got out relatively okay here. Oh no, 2011 staying in. And why not? Forced off those Catechins. Can now shoot the Inquisitor a bit. She just noded up the power again. Hive Tyrant is taking that central VP and has got a Brood Nest up. Well, nearly. It's a global ability of the Hive Tyrant. Just saw that health regen kick in here on the Termagants. Also allows him to reinforce. Will work on his allies too. It's tier 2 for Ruthless, tier 2 for Python. And a Blood Crusher could do some work here. Because those guys aren't getting tier 2 in time to stop the Blood Crusher immediately, I don't think. Repairing of the node there by the Heretics. CSM do have their Eternal War. 20% more damage to in melee and ranged combat. See that plus indicator denoting a generic upgrade. Can they get on the power here off this? I need to get rid of Cry first. There's the Immolate. CSM taking the garrison. We have a Bioplasma Hive Tyrant. Does it mess up garrisons? It's an area of effect attack here. We're going to see it. He did alright. Did alright, and he had to get out because a Barb Strangler was on the way. Doesn't seem to be paying attention. There we go. Barb Strangler does extra damage to garrison units, much like Flamers and stuff. Stormtroopers called in there by Ruthless at heart. Global ability of the Inquisitor. And they come in stealth too. Going for the Assault Kit. Longer range on their las guns, and they'll have a frag grenade. Down goes the Brood Nest. Those guys getting messed up trying to cap. Disrupting Catechins. Trying to push alongside it. Need to try and get into melee maybe. Catechins got hit though. A little bit unlucky there, the Catechins. I think they took a Barb Strangler shot and then they killed the model that had the Barb Strangler and immediately took another shot. But the Barb Strangler moved to another model. Here comes the Blood Crusher for Python. Is it soon enough? Looks like it is. They haven't started their tier 2s yet. Another brood nest going up. It's relatively easy to hit there though. Maybe next to this garrison a bit more. A bit further back. Tyranids are taking the southern contested power. 248 to 418 on the VPs. Decent VP lead for the very aggressive Tyranids in tier 1. But can they maintain it? Chaos Lord went down over here. Gonna need some anti-vehicle soon because here's a Blood Crusher in dashing pink apparently. Only 600 hit points, but it's 600 hit points of vehicle armor. They don't have any anti-vehicle weapons yet. Decent mobility, and it's got some tricks. You just saw a charge there, we can also use that to get out of trouble. And it also has a demonic roar, which will make nearby units flee momentarily. Are you going to attack stuff? Looks like it wants the Raveners. More valuable unit to go after. Probably going to go after Synapse creatures too. There's some Corn Worship. The Blood Crusher is a demon, so it benefits greatly from Worship. Gets some health and energy regen. Going after that Warrior Brood, trying to get that Synapse backlash. Raveners all burrow striking in. Using melee to disperse the chaos stuff. Meanwhile, Noise Marines are bashing the node. Warrior Brood were persuaded to leave. Blood Crusher now getting in amongst those Raveners. But they're quick. You might just go after the Hive Tyrant here that can't get away easily. Still have that central VP. Chaos Lord is still down. Inquisitors mopping up the north side. There's the tier 2s for the Tyranids, and Bloodletters on the way for Python. Bloodletters typically do very well against Tyranids in tier 2. I mean, they're all around awesome infantry, I think. Bioplasma did a decent chunk against the Blood Crusher. It's kind of shrugging off this regular piercing damage though. Or is it? Seems like it wants to back off here. Wants to wait for some backup. Is that a Manticore? It is. Don't think it got any hits, but we'll see how it does going forward. Certainly some big Tyranid blobs of stuff here. The Pillory Tower. They're going straight for it. Oh, there's the Electroshock grubs from the Warrior Brood's Thorax Swarm. Bloodletters in on the Hive Tyrant, who does have a Venom Cannon, but I don't think he's going to survive. No, down they go. There's that Synapse Backlash and a Hell Fury from Ruthless at heart. Global ability of the Inquisitor. Just mopping up some Hormagaunts there. Corn Worship. Bad time for it, I think, fellas. Were they trying to save the Blood Crusher there? Might have been. Blood Crusher's fine for now in amongst the Raveners. Bloodletter's doing a lot of work. Got half an XP bar already. There's that Cacophony. Doesn't knock down the Hive Tyrant though. Bloodletter's teleporting in. These guys can teleport. Have these power melee Hellblades. Getting messed up though. Need to be careful, guys. Oh, Hammer of the Witches to take that guy out. And there you saw the Demonic Roar too. As the Holy Brazier now, the Inquisitor. Good push by the blue team. Tore up the Tyranids quite well. And maybe he can get on the power again. Or the VP. Or not. Oh, they want to cap the mid, I suppose. Blood Crusher's kind of unscathed. Was being worshipped. Chaos Lord's going to get revived now. Blood Crusher will just hang out on the mid. We do have a Venom Brood here for 2011. Hard anti-vehicle unit. With those Venom Cannons that can also get a ranged Synapse upgrade to buff ranged Raveners and Termagants. Looks like they're not going to push for the Power Bash. I think that's smart. Would have been an overextension, I think. Markov Zeech CSM now. With those terrifying Inferno Bolts. Bad news for heavy infantry especially. So they'll be going after the Warrior Broods most likely. Really help you take down enemy heroes too compared to regular bolters. 1, 2, 3 to 4, 1, 8. 1-to-1 cap. Uh-oh, Electroshock grubs. Not quite enough to take out the Blood Crusher there. Chaos Lord's very low. Kill the weak. Does not save him. Sloppy play then from Python. I think maybe their attention was drawn away by the Blood Crusher's potential demise there. Suppose it's better to save your Blood Crusher. Maybe, since the Chaos Lord can be revived. The Chaos Space Marines here barely making it out with 4 hit points at one point. We have a Crushing Claws Hive Tyrant, 108 heavy melee DPS, the strongest single target melee weapon in the game. for a hero anyway. That's more single target DPS than a Dreadnought. We don't get the nice splash damage, of course. The Hive Ricardo's gone down. Got some more heretics for Python to replace those that they lost. They should be actually repairing the Blood Crusher. It's quicker to repair it than just to worship it. And they don't need the speed bonus back there, do they? Suppression on the Inquisitor. She's got her Rosarius. Now getting the Excruciators. You can use that to shut down the movement of something, but you do need to channel the ability. In amongst the Warrior Brood, taking big volleys of shots though from those Raveners. And do we have the ranged Synapse? We do. Those Raveners are really dangerous now. Gonzalez now in amongst some Guardsmen. Poor Guardsmen up against Crushing Claws. 106 to 418. Mopped up the north side. Now what? Touch the power? Maybe go for the VP? Looks like they need to come back to the mid actually, because Python is here with some Corn Worship making his CSM sprint around. Chaos Lord's still down though. Leveled up to 4 while it was down. Just twitching there. Dreaming about blood. Blastmaster Noise Marine's getting a good opening shot there. Here comes the Hive Tyrant. Gets knocked over by a Blood Crusher charge. That was really well timed and aimed. Does he want to fight the Hive Tyrant though? Because Blood Crusher does not have melee resistance. Looks like it's going to go down. 8 a Electroshock grubs there. Bloodletters chopping up the Venom Brood. Venom Brood were wiped out. These CSM are way too close, going down. Blood Crusher's also very low. Kind of a rough fight for Python. They did take out the Venom Brood, but they lost fully upgraded CSM there. Bloodletters are awesome as usual. The Inquisitor levels up to 4. Tier 3 for Cry. Who needs tier 2 units? There's a Hell Fury again from the Inquisitor. Recently buffed global, I believe. I think it does a little bit more damage on impact now. I think Gonzalez is going to make it out. Yep, had to retreat to some fire, but is okay. Spore Mines coming out these capillary towers here, which are global abilities for all of the Tyranid heroes to spawn these towers, providing some speed and defensive buffs for your stuff. And they can spawn Spore Mines, as you saw. Those guys be running. Didn't drop any models, but they are very low from the Barb Strangler shots, like that. Got a model off those fellas. I think Gonzalez maybe should go and revive Ricardo. It's a long way to stomp, but worth it. Should get him level 3 too. Chaos Lord's back. Revived himself, or rebought himself rather. Level 4. Blastmaster Noise Marines aren't really a power bashing unit anymore. They'll sit covering the central areas. Might see them go up on that platform. Doesn't seem like Gonzalez the Hive Tyrant has any interest in reviving Ricardo in the north. Oh, good grenades on the Raveners, taking them out. Well played. Double Stormtroopers of Ruthless. They have the 2-to-1. And the Tyranids are depleted here. They need some tier 3 stompiness, I think. Maybe when they went a little bit too heavy, tier 1s. And they got a lot of pressure out of it, but they also lost their own power here and there. Blood Crusher still around, level 2's done really well. It's a Neuro Throw for Cry. A special unit limited to 1. Great for helping you against big blobs of infantry, especially heavy and super heavy infantry. What's this guy up to? What are you trying to hit? Oh, those guys. Going for a flank is Gonzalez here. Now has the Psychic Scream. 104 to 304. I believe it's 15 seconds this Psychic Scream lasts for. No attempt to revive still. Had time to do it. I was going to decap. Doing something. Looks like Python is running out of patience and is pushing. Let the galaxy burn. pretty effective one there, actually, from the Armor of the Inferno. Also has the Demonic Visage to debuff stuff when he smacks things. Getting caught here is Gonzalez. There's the Psychic Scream. Does it debuff vehicles as well? Doesn't seem like it debuffed it. It does say enemy units, but I don't see a debuff circle on the Blood Crusher there. Got Gene Stealers menacingly lying in wait. Melee superiority unit for Tyranids. Nasty power melee damage, but there's a lot of stuff to fight now. Very good 1v1. But like everything, can be overwhelmed in a big team fight if they get focused. Neurothrope taking tons of damage there. There's the Cataclysm, that knockback and damage over time effect. Using the Spirit Leech to drain some energy from the Inquisitor there. Neurothrope needs to use abilities to get his energy back. Doesn't have any natural energy regen. Did some good work and backs away. Really good work, actually. Look at the damage they did with those 2 or 3 Cataclysms. Spores. It's without number. Spawning upgraded Termagants and Hormagaunts for the Tyranids. Can they shoot down this Inquisitor now? More Cataclysm from that Neurothrope. Meanwhile, Python has pushed through. Got the VP. Gene Stealers here prowling. Going for their tier 3 Rending Claws. Speaking of tier 3, looks like Python is going. Maybe we'll see a tank and try to sit in the middle of it. It's a little bit of a dicey map for a tank, I think. Terminators will be the way to go with the amount of red they have. Could get some claws and really dice up some Tyranids. Blood Crusher. Does it get away? Crushing claws on it. Nope. Blood Crusher does not get away. Oh, it looks like a Tyranid formation was here. But they kind of shrugged it off. These Noise Marines got pushed out super far by the Tyranid formation at some point. We have some Kashyyykin on the way now for Ruthless at heart. 104 to 180. 1-to-1 cap. Looks like Ricardo, the Hive Tyrant from Cry, is putting pressure on the blue team's natural. Cataclysm's trying to knock him off it. Neurothrope in a little bit of a dangerous position. Should maybe be further back here. Here comes a Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant now back to his feet. Also has the bonded exoskeleton, so he's super tough. Well, tougher than usual even. There's that Cataclysm again, was it? No, that was a Bioplasma shot, I think. Yeah, Bioplasma shot. Neurothrope had to flee. Looks like Gonzalez, the Hive Tyrant, has persuaded the Chaos stuff to run away. In fact, Python looking a bit depleted. Lost the CSM earlier, of course. Just lost the Blood Crusher. Heretics are gone. Then they've gone for a tank. And a Neurothrope on the way for 2011. Uh-oh. Are you going to get away? I don't think you are, buddy. Ricardo's going to fall again, maybe? Nope, gets away. I think. Well, maybe not. 3 hit points? No, they did not get away. 1 little burst then. I think that was a plasma gun shot, maybe. We had an Imperial Abyss from Python. Did it hit anything? I'm not sure, actually. Oh, they've stolen a bunker. Have they? I see some health regen. I thought that was a natural bunker, but I do think that is Ruthless's bunker there. They've stolen it and are now getting the benefits of a medical bunker. I'm not sure exactly how Tyranids would benefit from that, but sure. We have Plasma Gun, Kashyyykin. Where are they? Oh, they're running away. Of course they are. Gonzalez, the Hive Tyrant, up to level 4. There's a paroxysm there from the Neurothrope. Percentage-based damage per second. Uh-oh, Bloodletters are on it though. Bloodletters are pretty damn good tool to go after a Neurothrope with. And a tank getting a couple of shots helps too. Got very low actually. Keeping the pressure up though is Cry. Got a heavy bolter to deal with. Maybe the Cataclysm can knock it down. They're still benefiting from this bunker. stolen from Ruthless. They'll probably be able to steal it back eventually. Keeping that pressure on though. Can they get to the power? It's probably too risky with Python right behind them here. Tank is showing its rear armor to the west side. Here comes a Carnifex now for Cry. Ricardo is still down there. Tank is firing upon the Neurothrope. Don't think it has a mark. No, it does not have a mark. But hey, still a tank. Maybe we'll see Mark of Noble against the Tyranids. We have an autocannon heavy weapon squad now. Level 3. Where's the Blastmaster? It's at base. Then another Venom Brood for 2011. Help go after the Predator tank, which is getting a mark at a pretty bad time to get a mark. Look at the damage from the Venom Brood on rear armor. That's a really bad time to get a mark. And down it goes. Sloppy play from Python. You can cancel the marks, right? You can cancel them on infantry. Should have cancelled it. Hive Tyrant finish it off with a Crushing Claw smack. Here comes the Carnifex and another Imperial Abyss. Holy crap, pretty effective one too. Pretty effective one. Carnifex doesn't want any part of that. Turns around. CSM should be running away. They're going to bravely go for a cap here. Nope, they run away. Looks like the Barbed Strangler is up on the Carnifex, and this is a crazy big Barbed Strangler. Should really be called a Stranglethorn Cannon, apparently. I thought they were going to change that, but I guess it didn't go in. Doing this plasma damage per shot and suppression. Lots of losses for those Kashyyykin, but they are going to get away. 76 to 148. The Blastmaster is up on top of that platform. So is the autocannon, actually. What's this? The Hive Tyrant coming back in. Neurothrope needs some energy. Uh oh, Bloodletters are on it. Instant knockback. (76 to 135). I feel like the Neurothrope should maybe have weapon knockback immunity. It is a big thing. Maybe. 76 to 127. 2-1 cap for the blue team. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant of 2011. Gonzalez getting in amongst those guys. Looks like, yep, Spirit Leech being used to drain some energy from the Inquisitor there. Makes her shield weaker because she can't power it for very long. And she is quite an energy intensive hero most of the time. There's that Cataclysm again. That was a Psychic Scream, I think, but I'm not sure anything was close enough to be affected. Oh, it did affect the Inquisitor. 76 to 117. Can they get on that VP? There's a Paroxysm and a Cataclysm. That is nasty. And without number coming in again from Ricardo. They're going to go after the power. What are they doing? They're going to decap. They want to decap. What are you shooting at, buddy? Just ground targeting, I suppose. Hey, we have another tank from Python. And it's got Mark of Khorne already. Chaos Lord down in the mid. Oh, the Genestealers dead? I guess they're dead. What killed him? Maybe it was that nuke, actually. That big nuke that was on that garrison. Double cap for the red Tyranid team. They were certainly under a lot of pressure for a while. Like since mid-tier 2, the Blood Crusher did a lot of work. But they have come back strong. The Manticore is down. I didn't even see it go down. But it is down. Big fight in the mid now. Ricardo the Hive Tyrant goes down. Cormagaunt with a really good flank on the Blastmaster, but can they survive there? I don't think they can. Heretics are on them. Yeah, Cormagaunts do not survive. Gonzalez needs to run away. Don't think they're going to get away. Oh, they probably wouldn't have got away anyway with the direction of that retreat. 3 of the heroes down. Decent Blastmaster hit there. Here comes a Lictor jumping in. Tearing through the Blastmaster Noise Marines. Almost wiped him out. Another Imperial Abyss in the mid. 3 of those things. Autocannon getting some good shots on the Carnifex. will damage vehicles pretty effectively. Good versus all targets, really. Termagant's trying to take the mid. Down to 4 VPs, the blue team. 4 VPs. Chaos Lord is back to his feet. Repurchased. Grenades on that central VP there. The Stormtroopers have done really well. Can these guys survive, though? Well, those guys didn't. They got cataclysmed. Nicely timed cataclysm. Uh-oh, rocket run in the mid. Took down the Carnifex, I think, or maybe that was the tank, actually. Wow, Cry is down to a single unit. Got a Carnifex on the way, but they did have time to get the Carnifex rolling. They do have 117 VPs. And look at this Lictor with its faster capping trait going after that VP there. Oh, there it is. That was enough. That decap was enough. The Centaur was already decapped, and the Tyranids, by the skin of their many, many teeth, survive it. The Neurothropes are really effective, actually. Did really well. We had a level 3 Hive Tyrant here, Ricardo. The other one was level 4 Gonzalez. And a level 8 Chaos Lord from Python. The Inquisitor level 7. It was a close one. Really back and forth. Super aggressive opening for the Tyranids. Maybe overextended a little bit with their economy. Couldn't quite get rolling in tier 2, but they largely skipped it. Got their tier 3 rolling and were able to pull out the V. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.